Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Thursday evening, and let's see what the market was doing today and what it's going to do to end the week tomorrow. And of course, there's a Thursday night football game on, the Falcons versus the Buccaneers, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody this evening? And here we go. Let's check out that heat map. There you are. And mostly green, except for the Mag 7 was kind of down, but the SPY, it did. Oh, that's not the SPY. It did close green right there, and then it pulled back just a hair in the after hours. But I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. I'm telling you, the SPY looks pretty good. The Qs were down today, but they did pop up. They did come down in the after hours as well. They ran up in the beginning and they pulled back a little bit. So we'll see. They look like they're trying to get set up for tomorrow, and they don't look bad right there. So interesting look. Looks like it could curl down, but it looks like it could curl up at the same time. That looks like it could be kind of pulling back. And yeah, Tilray, all the cannabis stuff. Yeah, I was just looking, Luis Rodriguez. I didn't see anything. Why all the cannabis stocks are ripping right now, and I'm not exactly sure why. But yeah, Tilray going wild right there. I don't know what the news is. I looked, I didn't see anything. This one was just talking about nonsense. And that was just I'm not even sure. So I'm not exactly sure what is going on. Watching pets. Trump signs EO to nullify state AI laws. So there you are with that. And that's PETS, Pet Med Express. And that's a pharmaceutical retailer. But yeah, how are you, Janica? But yeah, something's going on in the cannabis world. And I was looking before I came on because canopy growth jumped up there. Rumors of Trump executive order rescheduling marijuana to Schedule 3 fueled after hour surge in cannabis stocks. There you go. That's what it is, guys. Traders reacted to unconfirmed reports circulating on social media and financial forums suggesting President Trump plans an executive order to move marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 under the Controlled Substance Act. And then this potential shift would ease tax burdens and all that good stuff on Section 280E and all that good stuff that I always talk about. So that's why cannabis stocks are ripping right there. That's good to see. So we'll see if it actually happens. There's SNDL. This one's popping up there as well. That's another cannabis stock right there. So obviously MSOS is going to be popping up too pretty big. And there you go. Look at that thing all the way up into the fives. So yeah, that's we'll see if the news is the rumors are true and if Trump is actually going to do something. I thought he would have waited a little bit longer, not right before the holidays, to be completely honest with you. So we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow and see what's going on in the cannabis industry. I'll keep you eyes updated on the Falcons versus Buccaneers and even PETS right there playing the buyout offer of $4 for laptop travel. So there you go, Janica and everybody else. So let's get cruising. Here we go. It's 2 weeks until Christmas, guys. So there you are. At this time, 2 weeks from now, you'll be eating Christmas dinner or finishing all that probably up if you're on the East Coast, depending on where you live. But yeah, it'll be Christmas. So holy cow, in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today. So let the countdown begin. And tomorrow it will be less than 2 weeks that fast. So here we go, guys. Let's cruise right through our list, see what's going on. We'll keep the show as short as possible because people have things to do as it's approaching the holidays. So here we go, everybody. Sorry. And let's rock and roll and see what's happening. A lot of things were popping up today. ONDS looking a lot better right there, I must say. And there you are. So you might want to keep an eye on ONDS because that's setting back up. Remember, we ran this up in the beginning there, and now it's setting back up. Obviously, all the space ones were looking great, and that was happening. And what's this see the say over here? This is interesting. The Dow, S&P 500, Russell hit record highs and all that good stuff. The NASDAQ slipped a little. Oracle plunged 11%. That's crazy. Broadcom, strong report provided late session support for select tech names right there. And market rotation driven by dovish post-Fed signals and earnings reactions. And then traders closely monitor sector something divergence and awaiting new catalysts or something. But anyway, there you go. That's what it says. And of course, the cannabis news came out. So the cannabis stocks are ripping right there. And let's keep on cruising. So ONDS looking good. Open door right here, just kind of hanging out on that trend line. It does appear to be trying to get set up kind of. I mean, we'll look at it tomorrow. You can see it's pulling back. Let me get a better look at open door right here, OPEN. And it could be getting set up. I don't think it'll be something that you're going to mess with tomorrow, to be honest with you. But we'll be keeping an eye on it as usual. And then QMCO, that was up today, wasn't it? There you go. That was up over 2.5%, cruising up. It's been cruising up right there. That's actually been looking better than most of these, but RGTI starting to look a little better right there. And your QUBT is your quantum computing, and that was up a little bit today and trying to get set up. It was down a little bit. And then, of course, our D-Wave QBTS, that was up a little, and that's trying to get crawled back up. So we'll be keeping an eye on these. This QTUM is the Defiance Quantum ETF. It's hitting that resistance up there, and it's not looking too bad as it's run up a whole lot. Maybe you get a little pullback. It could just jump right up. We know that. And QSI is just kind of setting up down here. IONQ was up a little today and looks pretty decent to try to get set up as well. Could watch for any dips. RCAT was running up. That one looks good right there. And I would say keep an eye on RCAT right here for tomorrow as the space and aerospace and defense sector rips like crazy, guys. I mean, it is pretty wild. We got Ben mentioned Lunar today before it even started running. It was a great call. He was just like, yo, I'm gonna hop in Lunar down here. And before it starts moving, I said, yeah, you know what, I'll jump in it with you. And that was a good one to jump in, because then it started really running right there. So Lunar got popping, and all these aerospace and defense, the space sector is going crazy. That Galaxy was running up, but that's really a capital market one. I meant to say ASTS right here. That one was ripping along. And DXYZ, holy cow, look at that thing up like 16%, even up more in the air. Holy mackerel, it's at 39 now, almost $40. Would have doubled from that $20 area when we looked at it down there and kept saying, well, it looks pretty good down here. And, well, that's probably why, because it got ripping right there for good old DXYZ. So we should have been all over that one as well. Well, we look at it every night, so we kind of were all over it. And then, of course, your Z Space right here, and that was even up. And this thing might even move. Who knows? I mean, look at this thing getting strong and trying to cruise along. So we will be keeping an eye on Z Space. Maybe that will be a great opportunity after all. And there you go with your computer hardware and quantum ones that we look at each night. And UNH looking pretty good again and ripping up there some more. So I think UNH could be a good one to continue up tomorrow. It doesn't look bad anyway. Let's put it that way. So keep an eye on UNH in the morning. See if that wants to run up some more. And here's your ABTC. It's just kind of curling up. Well, not curling up, it's just kind of hanging out down here, and it looks like it's going to try to make that curl, is what I should say. But we'll see when the bottom is. It's not exactly ready just yet, so we're going to wait until the very last second for ABTC and Pew and all these guys could look at them. Even one day they look good, and the next day they're pulling back pretty big. And you just got to be careful with all these Trump companies right here. And then CPL is pulling back a little. It was looking good the other day, ran up, and now it's pulling back. And PSQH, a little pullback, a little run up, trying to get set up right there, but not looking amazing, not looking too bad. And MOH is that other healthcare plan one. This has been running up pretty well and looks like it wants to continue its way up tomorrow. So maybe the healthcare ones are looking pretty good. There's Oscar. That looks pretty decent to try to roll off the MACD as well. It's on that 20. Doesn't look too bad right there. So there you go with OSCR. So that is the healthcare, some of them guys, and the Trump company. Let's look at the BMNR and the crypto treasury ones, and they should be looking better than this. Crypto is trying to rip today. Bitcoin was actually moving up pretty well, unless it's just a little bit of healthy pullback because they've been running up right there. And that's your BMNR. Here's your SBET right here, and that had a little bit of pullback as well. And again, they've been going up, and a little bit of healthy pullback. I can see that UPXI has been kind of lagging because Solana's been dragging down there, but this one looks like it's probably bottoming out and going to get ready to get moving again. So there you go with UPXI, and they are some of your crypto treasuries or ORBS right here. Just been hanging out. That one should be getting ready as well. And then, of course, FGNX. This one took a nice little dip today, and it's still in that channel. So nothing to be that concerned about. Should just come down and roll off your MACD. So should be some good pullback right there. So keep an eye on that one for the dips. And then your TONX right here also pulling back as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see when it's exactly ready. It had been looking pretty good there for a little bit, and then it did pull back. So maybe it's a good opportunity as crypto continues to set up. And then Galaxy was running up there today and looked pretty good. It was down early, I'll tell you that. It just pulled back and then it got ripping at the end of the day. Bitcoin was looking really good there. And today they had something happen. I don't know. I guess I don't know if it was their earnings. I don't think so. Q3, I guess maybe. I don't even know what they did. I just know it looked pretty good and it was going up. So there you go with Galaxy, and we'll definitely be watching that one tomorrow. And ASTS, like I said, look at this thing. This thing's an animal right here, and it's been blasting off. We were watching this thing before, and it kept running up. And there you go. It looks like it's going to continue, so you can keep an eye on that. And that is that space theme right there. They are cruising along, going wild. So there you are with that one. What else is going on over here? So ASTS and Kodak, that was pulling back today, and that wasn't looking so great. And I was saying to Ben, possibly tomorrow it can get rolled up. If not, you might have a little bit of pullback happening. You can see it might possibly try to run up here, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. And we'll keep an eye on Kodak in the morning just to see what it wants to do. But you can see it could pull back there, but it also that could get curled up and pull that up, and that could run up there. So I'm just telling you, there is a potential there, but I'm not saying it's 100%. So we'll see what it wants to do in the morning for Kodak and the UMAC right here. And this one was not looking bad today. It's trying to cruise up, and I think that one's getting set up right there to get cruising that unusual machines, and that is UMAC, UMAC, and that is not looking bad right there. So definitely another one to keep an eye on. And Nuclear, these guys were going a little crazy today, and I think Nuclear is setting up to get Nuclear again. So you might want to keep an eye on that one tomorrow. NKLR, I do like that one right there. That could be a good pick for tomorrow. And that does look really nice to me for NKLR. And Kodak 908 plus 7 in after hours, you said. So I'm not sure where it even was. Let me see. I forget, to be completely honest. Oh, there you go. 907, 908, and then plus 7 cents in the after hours. Oh, okay. If that's what it says, something like that. I'm not even sure where it's at, but I think it's at 908, and it went up 7 cents. I got what you're saying. It's at 908. It's up 7 cents in the after hours. So there you go. That's a good look, at least going into tomorrow. So like I said, it could get that curl up, and if it does, it should try to run up again pretty well. So we'll be keeping an eye on good old Kodak there. Thank you, Laptop Travel. I just didn't understand what you were saying, but now I catch it now. And Rocket Lab, that one's ripping too. And we were talking about this before setting up, and there you go. That's why it was setting up, because this entire sector wanted to get crazy. LITM, that's trying to run up, guys. So you might want to keep an eye on it. But yeah, Rocket Lab, you can probably keep an eye on that tomorrow for a little momentum. And this LITM is probably getting set up to try to run up a little bit more right there. And what about that NIXX right here, just kind of hanging out a little bit flat? But it could get moving. It has that crazy look, guys. So, that could get cruising right there, NIXX. And we'll watch it tomorrow in IVF. This one was trying to get set up in the right spot after that reverse split, and it's just kind of running around right here. So keep an eye on this. Look at it curling up, looking pretty good. I would say IVF could go pretty good tomorrow. So you might want to keep that on your penny list right there. I'll consider it a penny one. It's just reverse split, and it is still pretty cheap at $1.43. So there you go for IVF, guys. So you probably want to keep an eye on that. Doge Mama 9, I bet she'll be checking that one out right there. It's not looking too bad. And Sinez Tech right here, a little bit of pullback, but that's getting set up. Watch for any healthy dip opportunities on Sinez Tech as it gets set up right there. It could pull back just a little more, and then it'll get running probably next week, into next week or so. And here is Hertz pulling back, and it wasn't looking too bad, but that is a little nice pullback right there for HTZ. So we'll have to see tomorrow if it actually just wants to rebound. It looks like it could be just healthy pullback, to be honest with you. and it could bounce right back up for Hertz. So we'll see what that wants to do there tomorrow. And Chipotle running up a little bit, and that looks pretty good, guys. And we have been all over this one for a while, and it does look pretty good right there for CMG. And no problem, Doge Mama 9. I figured you would like that one right there. IVF, look at that thing. Looking pretty good right there. Look at this thing setting up right there, getting crossed through the MACD, getting a little green area right there. Just recently reverse split. We know that they're running like crazy and just peeking its head out, trying to get moving. So yeah, that's one to keep an eye on in the morning. That's for sure. So yeah, we'll definitely look at that, and I'll jot it down over here so we can all look at it. But I know you like them looks and them ones right there. CMG. This one looking pretty decent today and trying to roll good old Chipotle. So keep an eye on that. And then Eli Lilly running right back up right there. We'll see if it curls up and gets through that 20. If it does, it'll continue to run. And how about your Cracker Barrel? Barely moving right here, guys, and not really looking that great. I'm not going to lie. It tried to spike up. That's a look like it doesn't really want to get too crazy right there. So, and we kind of know it doesn't want to get too crazy, but we'll look and see. It is curled up a little bit, so we'll see. And it is in that channel, and we'll have to see if it really wants to run tomorrow. Maybe it will, and it's just kind of tricking me right here. Like I said, it is the MACD is trying to curl up right there. It just has a weird look about it. That's all. So I'll keep an eye on good old Cracker Barrel. And our football game's on, and the Bucks have the ball right here to start the game, and they're playing the Falcons. So it is the Falcons and the Buccaneers for Thursday night football. So there you go. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And let's see what else is going on besides Cracker Barrel and Lulu. They had earnings today, and they beat them, and it went up actually. And it wasn't, I mean, has been looking pretty good right there. Oh, and their CEO stepped down or something. Let's see. Lulu jumped after the quarter Q3 earnings beat, boosts stocks buyback by $1 billion, and unveils the CEO succession plan as Calvin McDonald plans to depart next month and issues softer than expected Q4 guidance with updated full year outlook right there. So yeah, the CEO's leaving and everybody's celebrating Lulu. So I guess everybody is excited that Calvin McDonald is going to McDonald's, I guess, to go work. I have no idea. But yeah, everybody was pretty excited about that news. And I'll tell you what, it took a huge dip right at the beginning. Look at this. And then all of a sudden, it just got ripping up there. It was a pretty look at that thing. It just went straight down and boom, just went berserk afterwards. So there was Lulu right there. And that bad boy is running up there. So CRBL CEO is next. You would think Luis Rodriguez, if they were smart, they'd get rid of her real quick. But anyway, there you go. Lulu popping up. We've been watching it. It's been setting up. So there you go with that one. And how about Boyle pulling back right here? That is your natural gas. And we've been watching it with the cold streak coming through. And then Boyle just popped up back here and then decided to go straight down. But you know, when it gets down here, it's going to be a great opportunity for good old Boyle. And then Gosh just kind of hanging out here, not doing a lot, but pulling back. Looks like it could pull back as well. And that is your oil and gas one. So that RBNE kind of pulling back a little bit. And some of these guys were pulling back, ExxonMobil and them guys were as well, I believe, if I remember. Yeah, it was just kind of bouncing around, not really doing a whole lot. And Oxy was down, I know that. So there you go with a couple of them. And let's see what else is going on with Plug right here. And that one's trying to plug away, and that one's looking pretty good to continue its way up tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. We've been talking about that one. And how about QuantumScape? Wow, that one looks really good right there, guys. So I would say keep an eye on QuantumScape. It looks really good getting set up. And RKT, Zach, is your Rocket Mortgage. And Rocket Company's doing exactly what we were talking about, trying to roll off that MACD, starting to go up right there. So that was well played right there. And let's see what else is going on. I think they just had to punt the ball or something. The Buccaneers just punted it, and I guess they got it inside like oh yeah, that was a beauty right there. So he threw it off, and they downed it at like the 1 yard line off the punt right there. So the Falcons will be starting on their own 1 yard line right there. And let's see what else is going on over here besides Rocket Mortgage not looking too bad. Home Depot went ballistic today. It's been looking pretty good. Lowe's has been looking better and didn't go up as high, but Home Depot went wild today. Look at that thing. And it was cruising along. Although Lowe's did look pretty good. It did jump up pretty nice earlier. So they both, Home Depot looking pretty good at the moment. LDI right here was just kind of hanging out, but that looks like it's trying to get set up in this house right here. This thing looks like it's trying to curl back up and get back into the top. So very interesting right there. Here's your Tylenol maker, and it's been crawling up a little bit. Nothing real crazy. And here's your IMRX, and that is starting to look a little better right there. Ross and Progressive G. So almost looks like it bottomed out there yesterday, and we want to start getting cruising up. So that could be a great opportunity to start getting set up for IMRX right there. And let's see what our Figment's doing. It was pulling back. It's still in that channel. Nothing real crazy. It's been running up pretty consistently, I must say. So Figment, not bad right there. FIG, a little healthy pullback. We'll keep an eye on that purple dinosaur right there. And let's see what the rest of our list is doing over here. Carmen, there you go. That one's running up. Remember, we were saying that was looking good there. And it certainly was, as it's running up right now. Carmen Holdings, there you go. And that looks like it might want to run up a little bit more tomorrow. So you can keep an eye on KRMN. And let's see what else is going on. CRML, let's see what that's doing. Critical metals right here. CRML, and that thing was up a little, and I'm telling you, that one's getting set up. So that's a beautiful setup right there. CRML trying to get rocking and rolling real soon. Do you guys see gold? We'll go over it. That went crazy today as well. Here's Circle, and that's not looking too bad there, Luis Rodriguez. I know that. Check that out. That's trying to get set up, curled up, and get moving. So keep an eye on Circle. It does look like it wants to move. And the C1 started to move today, and it does look like it's trying to do something. So we're definitely watching that guy in the Discord. And all mineral stocks were up today. Yeah, there you go. So MP, what's that one? MP Materials. Oh, that one looks pretty good too. Keep an eye on that MP right there. That looks really good for tomorrow. I would definitely keep an eye on MP. I would say that looks beautiful as well. And let's see what else is going on right here with Rich Tech Robotics up a little bit today. That looks pretty strong right there to keep some momentum. So a lot of good ones right there cruising along, that's for sure. And CELH. And let's see what that one's doing. Just kind of hanging out right there. Not a whole lot today, but still getting set up and not looking too bad. Elf was down a little bit, so we'll just watch this beauty company Elf. It does like to get set up, especially around this time of year. So there you are with that. What was Holo doing? I haven't looked at this micro cloud or whatever the heck it's called in forever. What is this thing doing right here? And it is not doing a whole lot, that's for sure. Just hanging out. I forget when it likes to run, but it doesn't look like it's trying to run right there at the moment. So just entered my mind for some crazy reason. And USAR right here, this USA Rare Earths was starting to cruise. And another one, like you were saying, the mineral companies. And it does look pretty good for tomorrow. So you can keep your eye on USAR as well, because that looks pretty good to continue. And of course, Snapchat right here. That was pulling back. We've been looking at it, and it did dip down. IREN was just kind of dipping down a little bit, not a whole lot. But that one could get popping back up right here. It is a capital market. Remember, it ran the other day, it crossed through. So watch this one to get set up right there. IREN. And let's see, because Paramount, this is the craziest thing ever. And we still have to get the old fight, the match going on between Greg Peters and David Ellison, and have them two battle it out to see who's going to actually take over good old Warner Brothers, because that would be so fascinating. But anyway, let's see what Paramount's doing. It's pulling back a little bit. Let's see what Netflix was going up. So maybe Netflix is winning the deal. I have no idea. I wasn't following the war today anyway. And maybe you guys know what was happening, because I just really have no clue. But I was trying to make that fight happen. That's what I was trying to do. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's we got to make that happen. That would be so great though if they just really, that's how things were handled. And anyway, we talked about that last night. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check that out last night. That was Paramount, Netflix. They're fighting over the hot chick who is Warner Brothers. So interesting story right there. CHR, here you go with that. Down a little bit at the moment. And again, this thing is still in the basement. It was trying to look a little bit better, trying to curl out right there. As you can see, it ran up a little bit, pulled back, and we'll have to see tomorrow. It could have a little more pullback, but you got to be careful that this thing doesn't get a reverse split and then it dips down or something. Although, yeah, they're gonna have to do something, have some kind of reverse split or something. And it's a matter. It's almost a gamble. Does it pop before they have the reverse split? Let's put it that way for that one right there for CHR, and it very well could. And so yeah, that's what you're looking at with CHR right there. And let's see what else is going on with this JZXN. This was one that reverse split right here, and yeah, that's what we were talking about. Laptop travel. I just caught my eye. The CGC. We'll go back to that one. But yeah, here's that reverse split one. Look, it was trying to run up a little bit today. Where'd it go? I forget where it ran to. Opened at 8:50, 8:30. It ran up to 8:50, and then it came back down. So it is down right here, as a matter of fact. And let's see. Remember, it was running up yesterday in the after hours, right at the end of the after hours or whatever it was. I forget. Yeah, right here in the after hours, right there. And then here you go. It has to open up at like 9:30. So then it pulled back. It came down. Then it started running up a little bit in the after hours again, but it is pretty much down for the most part. So we'll keep an eye on this thing because this could be a good opportunity right there. And yeah, the cannabis sector is looking real good. And I was saying, there's a rumor that Trump is going to reschedule cannabis from 3 to 1. So here you go. Rumors of Trump executive order rescheduling marijuana to schedule, or 1 to 3. What did I say? 3 to 1. 1 to 3 is what I meant to say. To schedule 3 fueled after hour surges. So there you go. We were already talking about it right there. So yeah, they're all up right there. So, GC, good old Canopy, Tilray, SNDL's even up, MSOS. This one's cruising along as well, looking pretty good. And what was up that? How much was that? Was up 20%. This one's up like 30, almost 40%. CGC right here, that's up like 35%. Tilray's up 31%. So there you go. And the cannabis sector is looking pretty good, but that's the news right there, Mr. Deleted and everybody else. So if you're just tuning in, that is what happened right there. So I might have to hop on after this. Should I just do my high on Wall Street right here and just be like, hey, this is Doug Miller from High on Wall Street. And today, Trump reported plan for marijuana reclassification to Schedule 3. And that sparked an after hours rally between Tilray, as you can see here, and Canopy Growth. And then you have your SNDL. And of course, your MSOS is your ETF, and that was running also. So the cannabis sector looking pretty good to go into tomorrow with that news from Trump there, or the rumors of Trump will say that he's going to reclassify it. So that is what the cannabis sector is doing. And there you go with your High on Wall Street report. And I'm Doug Miller. There you go. See, I'll just clip that and I don't even have to do a video afterwards. I'm good to go. So I should do that more often. And then just do like little segment videos and just clip them all and just put them up in social media. So anyway, there you go. That's a little High on Wall Street report for you guys. And rumored that Trump will pardon Joe Exotic too. Yeah, that could be a good rumor as well. So that could be happening by Christmas time, we may see. So we'll see if that does happen. That would be good, huh? So anyway, we'll get back to all the rumors, I guess, but all these rumors tend to come true sometimes, don't they? Laptop travel and everybody. So yeah, rumors. Kramer says blah blah blah. Right, Michael Anthony, he's still watching blah 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 and rumors. So anyway, let's get back and see what's going on here. But that was what was going on with the cannabis sector there, Deleted, and everybody else that's interested in the cannabis sector. And I even did my High on Wall Street video real quick for you guys. See that? That was pretty quick and easy. Anyway, let's look at we were looking at that JZXN. And I don't think that's what I just typed in, but that's JZXN. And again, just check this out tomorrow. It does look like it's moving in the after hours there. So we'll keep an eye on this thing. It did have the old reverse split today, and we'll see what's going on with it there for JZXN tomorrow. There deleted and VWAV right here. Good old Vision Wave Holdings. And remember, we were looking at it the other day. It ran up, and now it's been a little healthy pullback, but it actually was trying to crawl. Maybe it pulls back a little bit, and then that next time it crawls up and gets the MACD, it'll get through it. So that's what your VWAV looks like. And remember this one, that good pick the other day, Grand, on the laptop travel list. Well, look at that one. It went more bonkers today. So we looked at it down here, guys, because it was at that price. And we'll say it was at 240 because that's where it closed at. And now it's at like 380. It was at 384. It was even higher than that. It was at 591 today. So there you go, a GRAN. So yeah, like I said, there are some good ones on the laptop travel list. We've been picking them out pretty well, to be completely honest with you. And I forgot, I jotted them down. I don't even know what I did with them, but there was a couple from last night I could look and see. That actually ran as well that we did like. And how about that GEMI? Holy cow, that's another one of these space ones that you can probably keep an eye on. I mentioned this early this morning in the old Discord as well. And this thing just cruising along with no problem there today, that's for sure. So there you go for GEMI. That could be a nice momentum play in the space sector too. So one that it's called Gemini Space Station. So now we got space stations out in space. We got space stations in Earth. We got space stations everywhere, guys. It's like we're living in Star Trek or something. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, let's see what's going on with the rest of these guys over here. That was Grand, and then XHLD right here, that 10 holdings. And look at that thing cruising along. That looks really good for tomorrow. So you might want to keep an eye on that. And then we were talking about that PETS laptop travel was banging his fist on this one, saying that it's looking good right here. It was up pretty good today. That's for sure. And we'll have to take a look at it tomorrow, see what it looks like. Good old PETS, not looking bad for PetMed Express, but it did run pretty big today. So you might be able to catch a good momentum play there in the morning. So we'll look at that one right there. And there you go, XHLD. That's not looking bad either. What was that one? XHLD. XHLD. And yeah, that's a pretty cheap one right there. And that is getting set up and looking pretty good, I must say. So add that one to your list too, because that looks pretty good for tomorrow and going forward right there. And then broadcasting ones. Remember that what was that other one? I don't know the stock ticker, so I was just looking for it. Hold on, I'll find it. What is it called? I'm trying to think of the name. This next star was running. Well, what the hell was the name of that? Not High Heart. Damn, where I get Beasley. That was the very first one. I went backwards. I passed over it as I didn't even notice it because I went right through it, looked at all the names, and then went back up, and it was the very first one, Beasley. This one was running the other day right there, and so we'll see if anything else in this one. GTN Gray Media is running up, and iHeart. And so is Newmax or whatever is that, Newsmax right there. Next Star. So yeah, some of these media companies are actually running around too right now. So keep an eye on that sector right there. They are popping along, and we'll keep on cruising and see what else is popping along with our Jolie's Jams and our laptop travel list right here. So be sure that you're keeping notes right now, because obviously we're going through a great list and there's a lot of great setups going on, and we can keep an eye on everything. But you can only trade so many, but you like to know exactly what's going on. Well, we definitely covered the entire market, that's for sure. And so you guys pick out the ones that you really like, and you guys rock and roll and trade them smart, and you'll always beat the market, I'd say, especially with what we do on here. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. It's still 0-0 at 6 minutes left in the first quarter, and Tampa Bay does have the ball. So the Bucks have the ball right here on about their own 10-yard line. I don't even know where that quarterback just threw the ball, or somebody ran the wrong route or something, because that was horrible. Anyway, if you're watching the game and you just saw that, that was a pretty bad incompletion. And so let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's Jams. A couple of these have been pulling back. Rhythm right here, RYM. that almost looks like it could be bottoming out there today with that little dip look. So we'll be watching that one tomorrow to see if it actually is. And Blank's been pulling back. It's in the basement, so it may have a little more pullback. But here's your sizzle, and it's ready to get sizzling right here. So you might want to keep an eye on SEZL because it is looking pretty good right there. That's for sure. And what about your sterling right here? And there you go. It was actually down early this morning, and then it got cruising, and you know this thing gets rocking and rolling, guys. STRL. So there you are with that one. And let's see what else is going on with these Joe Lee's jams right here. Because Rivian, that was an interesting. What happened today? They unveiled a new a custom AI processor and next generation autonomy platform with deep AI integration and long. I don't even know what the hell that's even talking about, guys. It's way too crazy for me to even read. And so you're on your own for that one. But they did something today. If they could dummy it down for me, it would help. And let me see. Is there anything easier to read? Because that was crazy. I don't even know what the heck they were talking about. But anyway, Rivian did something today. Let's put it that way. You guys do the research. And it was pulling back, and then it went up a little bit in the after hours. So you guys check that out. I am not even sure what it's talking about, and it's got all kinds of crazy letters and numbers, and it's just making I can't even really read it right. So anyway, I have trouble reading. I'm not even kidding. I can't even read a simple sentence for you guys. I mean, it's pretty bizarre, but that's life, and what are you gonna do? And there you go. People probably that don't even know the story of what happened are probably this guy's a retard. Like, how can we get stock of tips from him and know what he's talking about? He can't even read. And I'm not illiterate. I just can't read anymore after I got hit in the head. I like can't see and like I don't even comprehend what it says. It's just bizarre, guys. I'm telling you, I tell you all the time, it's the weirdest thing ever. And I used to be able to read fine and comprehend everything, and now I just don't understand what the hell it's even saying. I really have no. I read like up to that, and I just I couldn't follow it. Couldn't even understand what it's talking about. So, anyway, just a little insight into my life right there. I'd have to read that thing like 5 or 6 times to try to start understanding what the heck it's even talking about. And that is Rivian. So they did something today. You guys let me know. Dummy it down like I'm in second grade, and then I'll understand it. Symbiotic right here. And Symbiotic looking pretty damn good too to get set up. So you might want to put that on your setup list for SYM. So that is looking pretty good right there. So there you go. It's some good ones. How about that XXII? That is kind of like a cannabis company. I know they do stuff in the industry. It's a tobacco company. I just know they used to do stuff in the cannabis industry. I'm not sure if they still do, to be completely honest with you, but I know they used to. And there you go. It's not really moving. That's why I was wondering if it was off of that news today. So, and you grow that I don't think is a urban grow. It sounds like it would be a cannabis company, but it definitely isn't. And that XHLD is looking pretty good right there. Utah Uties. So how are you this evening? And thank you for those. But yeah, you grow XXII and XHLD. I like this one right here, looking pretty good. And so there you go with them few. And let me see what else is going on. Oh, we got our laptop travel list. So here we go. Let's cruise right through. We'll see what's going on. It's still 0-0 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. And the Buccaneers have the ball right around the 50-yard line. So we'll see if they can get over there and start moving. And I think they crossed the 50. So let's see if they can go down and score. Solana looks like it's at 137. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin and crypto because it looks like Bitcoin's at 92K, I think. Ripple's at 202. Cardano's at 42 cents. Ethereum's at 32.44. And Chainlink's at 1401. And I know that Bitcoin will be coming up any second now, and Stellar right there is 24 cents. Where are they? They're over here. Here's Bitcoin, 92,000 right there, 92 something, and 92.2, 92.1. Not looking bad. Yeah, look at Solana running up pretty good. Like I said, it's been dragging behind. Now you're looking good there, Solana. That's what you should have been looking like. And so there you go. That's looking a little bit better now to try to get into that bullish channel. It's just a late to the party for some crazy reason, usually the first one. And look at this look right here on Bitcoin. I told you guys this thing was getting into a bullish channel. It's not breaking it either. you're going to have some pullback days. Clearly, it can't just go straight off. Although you might start seeing some good wicks. You're seeing them wick up or pull back. You might see a good solid wick any day now. Just get cruising. So keep an eye on that. Ethereum, obviously not looking too bad. Was run up a little higher, a little healthy pullback, but it wants to roll up more. And there is Solana right there again, looking pretty good. Ethereum not looking too bad right there. And that one, I mean, it's hitting the MACD. We'll see. It looks like it's going to bounce off of it. We'll have to take a look. As long as crypto, Bitcoin, and the rest of them stay up, it'll drag them guys up with it. And Doge right there, not looking too bad as well. So that's what they look like. And here is your Stellar XLM. And it's not looking stellar, but it's not looking too bad either. And here's Optimism OP, and that is not too bad either. So like I said, Bitcoin not looking bad. If as long as it stays in this bullish channel, we'll pull the rest of them with it, and then the rest of them can get good. Solana's looking pretty decent. So yeah, Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and then Ripple start going. Everything else will follow basic suit for the most part. And there you go with them. And that's what we're looking at with our crypto right there. So yeah, it's not looking bad at all. Going into tomorrow, and we do have Bitcoin at 92. Remember, it was down at what, 89? It was getting under the 20 early this morning. So that's looking a lot better right there. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, our laptop travel list. That's what we're getting into. So here we go, laptop traveling, everybody. Let's rock and roll right through this list, and we'll see what's going on. I'll just cruise right through. AIRI. Let's see what's happening with this thing. This is an aerospace and defense one, ARI. I know that. And let's see, it's not looking too bad. We'll have to look at tomorrow. Maybe it'll try to follow suit right there. And what's BHAT up to right now? And that's your gift for tomorrow. Now, that's not looking too bad right there. So we'll definitely write BHAT down. BHAT, Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment. That's a China small cap one right there. And we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. So there you go. It is in that channel. It does look like it's trying to crawl up a little bit, and you keep an eye on that one right there. And then your Blin right here, BLIN, and that is not looking too bad. It's in that channel. I think we've looked at it a few times, and again, it's just in that channel. BMRA, not that one right there, but this one, Biomerica. I know we looked at it the other day. It was up today and just jumping around, so that's not too bad right there. And that DOMH right here, that one's looking pretty good. It was jumping up today. And look for this thing. That one could continue its momentum right there for DOMH. And what the heck does that even say? Is that DTSS? I'm not even sure what the heck I wrote down, but I know that's one. Data C. There you go. It is that one, because that one's looking really good right there. And I would look for that for some momentum for DTSS. And EBON, EBON. Let's see what EBON is doing. EBON right here, eBang International, and that's definitely a China small cap one, and not too bad. Jumped right into that channel today. Has a little crazy of a look, but not looking too bad. And EDSA right here, Odessa Biotech, and that's in that channel. And some of these are just in the channel, but they move up nicely. But that's nice and slow, but slowly, but steady there. So if you want one that just is going to move for you, you can pick a lot of these guys. They look really good right here. And that is EDUC. I think that's what, yeah, I guess that's what it's written down. And that is educational development. That is getting set up. That actually looks really good right there, laptop travel. And EFOI, energy focus right here, running up and not looking too bad, hitting the 50 and just, we'll see. It's like right there at the 50. That one's an interesting, for sure, EFOI. I know we've looked at that plenty of times. And GRDX right here, Grid AI Technologies. That one was running pretty good through to 20. Looks like entered the MACD. Looks like it should continue its way up tomorrow. And good old Lucy right here, Innovative Eyewear. And Lucy has popped up, hit the 50. We'll see. It may pull back a little bit tomorrow after that run up. Not terrible right there in the channel. And let's see what NCI is doing. That is at Neo Concept International. That ran up in the after hours. Obviously a good one for the morning to look at and see if it wants to continue that momentum. NCRA right here. That was jumping up today. Not looking too bad. Splitting the 20. Trying to run right through it. So that is looking good. And NX, I think it's a GL. I'm thinking next gel. Yeah, it's got to be because that's up 22% and looking pretty good to continue to run up for NXGL and XOBR. This one, Oxbridge Reholdings, that's in that channel right there. Not too bad. You have to look at that one tomorrow. It could continue its way up a little bit right there. It does not look bad too. And PRFX, is that what it is? PRFX right there. Pain Reform. Wow, that one's looking pretty good to curl up. See if it gets through that 50. If it doesn't, it will next week. So that one is PRFX, and that one might be a decent one to keep an eye on and keep on your list. And PRSO is at Parasso, and that did run up a little bit there today, a little healthy pullback look. So we'll see what it wants to do. And QVCGP, this one was on here. Actually, this was the only one I did look at because I didn't know if it was either OTC or if it was anything. And it was looking pretty good. I still don't even know what it is. The QVC group, fixed rate cumulative redeemable prefer. So I don't even know. It's something, let's put it that way, on QVC group right there. So if you want to see what QVC is up to, but that looks pretty good right there. And let's see what old QVC. And let me see. I think it's GA, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Series A right there. And they got Series A, Series B, all kinds of crazy stuff. How popular was QVC? How crazy is that people used to just like buy stuff on the TV, and now you have the internet. And I guess QVC isn't so popular when you have Amazon. Amazon's like, well, you don't need QVC anymore because you have Amazon. Amazon wiped out so many things; it's crazy. And look how rich Bezos is. It just shows you how many things he wiped out. That's for sure. But anyway, PRSO is at Parasso. Not too bad right there. And let me see. Oh, we were talking about QVC right there, and SBLX. That one, StableX Technologies, that looks really stable, to be honest with you. And I would keep an eye on that. That looks pretty good right there. SBLX, here's Stardust, SDST right here. Stardust Power. And that could start to get some more Stardust power. That's for sure. I'd be keeping an eye on that one too. That looks pretty good. SDST. And how about Soar? Let's see if it does want to soar. That's a cool ride in Disney. Not one that I'd probably ever be able to go on ever again, but it is a cool ride. And this thing does look like it wants to soar, Laptop Travel. So them three right in a row are pretty nice right there, I must say. And let me see what the heck this even says over here. I can't even read it. SSKN, let's see what that's up to. SSKN Strata Skin Sciences right there. And that is curling up nice. It gets over this 143. And it's, is that what it is? No, I moved. 150, I'm sorry. If it gets over that 150 and holds it, it's going to jump off of that. And that's your Strata Skin Sciences, SSKN right there. And then you got your SST System 1. And that thing is trying to crawl up. Look at that in the after hour. I was going to say, that looks pretty good with that crawl up. Well, it's already running up right there for SST. So sounds like a ship. And it looks like it's going to get cruising tomorrow. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. That looks good. UNG, isn't that the United Gas or whatever the heck it's called? United States Natural Gas Fund. That's what it is. And again, just pulling back. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that one, Laptop Travel, to see when it wants to bottom out. And WXM, WF International, and that one looks really good, up 2%, and really could get cruising tomorrow. That could be a good winner right there, Laptop Travel. Keep an eye on that one right there. And that's your WXM. That looks really good. UNHG, another great candidate for a January effect. I agree. And getting beaten down pretty well. And also the fact that it'll be cold in January, so natural gas should be cruising. So, yeah, that'll be a good one probably. And we'll be keeping an eye on that. So there you go with your Laptop Travel list and your Jolie's Jams and the rest of our list. And let's go ahead and see what our SPY and our Mag 7, we already looked at them, but our Mag 7 and our big caps and them guys. And then we'll see what you guys want to look at. I saw a few of them up here that you guys want to look at. I know Luis Rodriguez had posted a few and everybody else. So we'll take a look at them, Utah Utes and Deleted and everybody else hanging out this evening. Let's get rolling. And 7-0 right now. Tampa Bay just scored a touchdown, it looks like, because they're kicking the ball off. And it's a minute 38 left in the first quarter, so it is 7-0. The Buccaneers over the Falcons. And they just touched the ball back, so now the Falcons get the ball, and they're going to try to go down and score, but they'll have the ball until the second quarter, obviously. And there you go. That's your Thursday night football game update. And here we go with our Mag 7 and our Big Cap update. So that's important to us. That's like our football right here is this stuff. This is what we love. And here you go, guys. Here is Apple. Little bit of pullback right there. Has an interesting look, doesn't it? And let's see. That said something tonight. Ninth Circuit upholds contempt finding against Apple over App Store payment rules, but reopens the door for Apple to charge commissions on external payment systems and remains to set a fair rate. What the heck are they doing? What are they talking about? Somebody, Jesus. Ninth Circuit upholds contempt finding against Apple. So they upheld it. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. What are they talking about? I don't even know. Anyway, who cares? The appeals court backs contempt finding against Apple, but reopens a door for Apple for iPhone app fees. I don't know what the heck let me see what the heck this actually says here. I'm just interested. I'm curious here. I can't figure it out from the headline, of course. I'm too much of an idiot. Unanimous decision by a 3-judge panel in that thing. These people, Roger, for violating a key part of her September fines, illegal, blah, 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 blah. And do pay. I don't even know. This is too much to read. Decide the ban that would have prevented Apple from imposing fees on rival payment options was severe, and I don't know what the heck. Somebody can figure that out. I thought I could figure it out, but I still can't figure it out. So that's what happened with Apple. I don't know how that's going to change it, because that happened at like 8:30 tonight. That just happened. The news, as you can see, 8:17 p.m. It came through here, so it probably happened just a little bit before that. So anybody want to figure that Apple news out? Let us know what happened there. Laptop Travel or Louis Rodriguez. I clearly can't figure that out. That's for shot. That's for sure. And UHG, not UNG. Hold on. You wanted UHG is United Home. Oh, that's the one you wanted, huh? Oh, look at that thing right there. Well, keep an eye on that too. That looks good. I'll keep an eye on both of them, UHG and UNG right there. They both look pretty nice. This does look nice right here, though, I must say. But you know that gas one, United Gas one's going to go up when it's bottoms out. This one is curling up right there, UHG. So thank you there, Laptop Travel, for clearing that up for me. And yeah, try to figure out that Apple. What the hell are they talking about? Because I have no idea. So anyway, did they win their case or no? I really can't figure that out. And Amazon right here was just kind of hanging out down here. And it looks like it's trying to get set up. Look at it trying to crawl up. I mean, I would say Amazon's trying to get set up. I think tomorrow might be a good day in the market, to be completely honest with you. Look at that thing. Amazon looks pretty damn good to me. And let's take a look and see what Google was up to. And that was down, and I thought that was actually looking good. So now that when they're looking good, they pull back, and when they're not looking good, they go ripping up generally. So that's that little goofy pattern we've seen it happen before, and we're seeing it slightly right now. Here's Meta. It's looking a little stronger to try to roll back up, so we'll keep an eye on that. And good old Microsoft is trying to bounce back up, as it was down there a little bit yesterday. So it is looking a lot stronger right there for good old Microsoft. You can keep an eye on that one. You can see it was running up there today, not looking too bad. And here is your NVIDIA, and that was down pretty big early. And I did grab a few options down here. So they are up, but then it looks like it did pull back a little bit there. But we'll see how it opens up there tomorrow. It has a crazy look. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's a crazy look right there, guys. I mean, it can go either way. So it's totally it's definitely a gamble and a bet right there. So that's why I wasn't really publishing it, but I was talking about it in the Discord. That's for sure. I had mentioned it to Ben, and yeah, we'll see how that opens up. It could really roll off that MACD and pounce up, or it could just keep on coming down and get driven down. I'll just have to get out of it real quick. So that is your Nvidia report right there, and what that one looks like, and how much news that thing had. I know it's not all Nvidia, but that's like way too much news to try uh to look through. That's for damn sure. Anyway, and here's Apple. They're still in hot water for not following orders, but this gives them a win. They might keep collecting some money from rival payment systems. It protects part of huge app store profits right there, and it keeps pressure on Apple to loosen its grip on the App Store. It could lead to more changes like in Europe where similar rules already exist. However, the court is very angry at Apple's tactics. So thank you, Laptop Travel, for actually explaining that to me, because now I kind of understand what it says. So there you go. Yes, you did. You explained it way better than any of them news stories. That's for sure. You know how to explain things to me. So thank you, Laptop Travel. It works out great. And there you go, everybody that didn't know what I was talking about either, because I didn't know what it was. Laptop Travel explained it perfectly, and I'll even throw that up there for you because it was perfectly explained. They're still in hot water for not following orders, but it gives them a win, and they can still kind of collect some money, so they're happy, and they'll probably have to pay some fines, and then they'll get over everything. And I'm sure that's probably what's going to happen. But there you go. Thank you, Laptop Travel, for clearing that up. And yeah, so what I was saying about NVIDIA is it could pop tomorrow. It could get back in here and actually jump, but it could also go down. It was going down. It was up in the after hours, and it pulled back. So we'll see what it wants to do. And again, I'll take a look at it in the morning. That's not the best look. It looked better actually as it was closing. I'm not gonna lie. So I was basing it more off of that. It looked way healthier, and we'll see tomorrow if it rolls back off. We'll look at it in the morning. You know that. So anyway, there you go with good old Nvidia. And let's see what else is going on with good old Tesla right here, because that was pulling back 1% too. And we'll see how much that one wants to pull back right there. So that is what they look like. And again, your Qs were down today and then did pull back a little in the after hours right there. So they have that look like they could be pulling down as well, but that also looks like it could have bottomed out. So it does have a weirdness to it, that's for sure. And we'll be looking at it in the morning. It is a Friday, going into like the holidays. It will be less than 2 weeks till Christmas tomorrow. So just an interesting setup and time frame, and different interesting looks on the in the market. That's for sure. And again, the gold went nutty, guys. Look at this, and it looks like it's going to continue to go up. Look at these guys. So if you want to look at something tomorrow, definitely take a look at gold, because gold is looking pretty good. Obviously, gold and space looks like it's going to continue to run. So you can continue to check them guys out. And even silver right there is looking pretty nice too. A little bit of pullback at the end of the day, but nothing crazy. So there you go with them guys. And REMX, that looks really good too, guys. So you can keep an eye on that one. That one looks pretty nice. REMX, and that's the strategic metals and rare earths ETFs right there. So there you go with that guy. And let's see what else is going on over here. What else? What are we looking at? Completely lost where I, oh yeah, just looking at gold, and that's, oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. BTGD, that 100% Bitcoin, stake Bitcoin, and then the gold ETF, and that's not looking bad. And again, gold will pull it up right there, and then Bitcoin starts running, this thing will get moving right there. SOLT down a little bit, but again, these guys are just getting set up. And as Solana looks a little better tonight, them ones will move. These are all basically Solana ones, HSDT. So there you go. We'll be keeping an eye on them and just watch them. And there you go with that, guys. And then let's keep on cruising right through our market and see what else AMC and GameStop and all these bad boys are up to. Because AMC was down, GameStop was still kind of pulling back right there. Chewy right here, that was also down. They had just had earnings and it pulled back, but Unity was way up there at one point today. Did pull back some and even pull back in the after hours, as a matter of fact, but it did rip up. Could have been the top, and it was looking pretty good right there. And Netflix right here is up a little bit, and like I said, that could be a great opportunity down there. So obviously keep an eye on NFLX right there because Netflix could be a good one. NXDR, that next door has been doing a lot of stuff lately. I don't know what the heck they do. Activist investor Eric Johnson or Jackson, Eric Jackson, bullish thesis on next door's AI potential ignited a meme stock rally. Yeah, that was more of an Eric Jackson pump right there, I would say, but it did run. I'm not gonna lie. So there you go with next door. And let's see, he likes open door or next door. He likes all the ones that are have a door in them. I guess I have no idea, but that just seems to be the ones that he likes. And Netflix, like I said, probably a great opportunity right there. And then you had your AVGO, and that just pulled back in the after hours in the earnings. Broadcom reports record, right? This is crazy, guys. Wait until you read this and then watch where it's down $18. Don't ask me why. A record 18 billion in quarter four revenue, raises dividend 10% to 0.65 cents, guides quarter one revenue to 19.1 billion, with AI chip sales expected to double, but shares slid after hours as CEO reveals $73 billion AI backlog to be shipped over 6 quarters and warns of margin pressure. That's crazy, guys. I mean, that's pretty wild. What the heck is going on over there? $73 billion in AI backlog to be shipped over 6 quarters. So you're talking that's more than a year. And warns of a margin pressure. That's it's a little strange right there. I'm not going to lie. So the stock did dip off of that. That's for sure. And I'm not sure how it's going to react tomorrow or the markets from that. So that's what it looked like. And that's what happened. But they did seem to beat their earnings. And then some crazy stuff happened with the CEO saying something. I'm not sure exactly what he was even talking about. I still don't know what he's talking about. But they did beat everything. I know that. So that's all. And Eric Johnson pumped for Christmas money. 'Tis the season. There you go. And Big Bear right there. That does look pretty good too, Luis Rodriguez. I must say that's setting up, looking pretty decent to get moving. BBAI right there, and let's see that AVGO. So yeah, they beat the earnings. They did all something crazy, and then it went down big time. Again, I just don't clearly understand earnings ever, but that's what happened right there. And then MU, that pulled back a little bit, and I don't know if these are all going to just follow AVGO or what it did or what that news is. And TSM was down a little bit right there. They had looked pretty good yesterday. SMCI pulling back a little bit. So here's your semiconductor, some hard computer hardware ones. AMD pulling back in that after hours too, as you can see right there. That's what it said. And let's see, it's at 218. It says, and yeah, it was at 221 when it closed. So there you go. They are pulling back, but AMD still looks pretty strong and looks pretty good to me. So keep an eye on that one. And let's see what else is going on right here. That was AMD. And let me see what QCOM. Oh, let me go to QCOM right here. That had been going up just a little, kind of healthy pullback, nothing real crazy, but snow had been coming down, and it finally looks like it's the blizzard's going to stop right there, at least at the moment. So we'll see if that's the bottom of the blizzard for snow, and it'll want to get moving back up. And then how about PayPal looking pretty good? And PayPal is getting set up and probably going to be a really good one going into the end of the year. So keep an eye on good old PYPL. And then, of course, you got Intel right here was down today, pulling back a little bit. And Dell, that was even pulling back a little bit today. So it was an interesting day, that's for sure. IBM pulling back. It still looks pretty strong there. And again, that market could bounce right up tomorrow with no problem. Palantir, that had a weird look, but looks like it wants to pop up higher. And Sophie had been kind of going down since the offering, but it's getting closer to getting set up. But just watch for any dips right there. Mara pulling back a little bit. And where was it at? Is it it's hanging, it's clinging on to the 20 right there, as you can see. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one right there for Mara. And then you have Riot, if I type it in correctly. Here we go. And Riot looking pretty good, actually. So definitely keep an eye on that. And Clean Spark was looking pretty good today. So I do like that Riot and Clean Spark look right there. They look a little better than Mara at the moment. And then your micro strategy right here is down still, but starting to get set up. So I do think your crypto and your Bitcoin is going to continue to move up. Robinhood, I don't know what happened there. Kalshi and Crypto.com launched the Coalition for Prediction Markets today, listing Robinhood as a member in a coordinated push to shape U.S. rules around prediction markets, potentially affecting Hood's regulatory and growth outlook. What is that even talking about? What the hell is going on? Why can't I understand anything? What the heck are they talking about? Kalshi and Crypto.com, they launched the Coalition for Prediction Markets today. What is that? What does that even freaking mean? I don't even know, guys. Somebody know what that means? I have no. What did they launch? Is that like some kind of group that they launched? I'm not even sure. Listing Robinhood as a member, I'm not even sure what the hell they're talking about, guys. Does anyone get that? Laptop travel. Can you interpret Robinhood's news for me? Because I don't quite understand that either. Isn't this fun? I read it and I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Coinbase right here was down, and they had some news tonight, it looks like. So, holy cow, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Let's see what Coinbase, let's see if we understand what this one's talking about. Coinbase unveils a new on chain feature for instant Solana token trading with early access next week. Will limit USDC rewards to Coinbase One members starting December 15th and selects chain links CCIP as exclusive bridge for $7 billion Coinbase wrapped assets and participates as investors and as investor in JP Morgan's first commercial paper issuance of Solana with USDC settlement making I don't even know. I don't know what this one's talking about either, guys. I know that they unveiled a new on-chain thing and a token. I got that far. I got this far, I think. And then I think they're going to limit their USDC rewards to their Coinbase One members starting in like a couple days. And then they selected Chainlink CCIP for something for that wrapped assets. And then after that, it lost me completely. But anyway, that's what they did, Coinbase. So if you can follow that, good luck. And Robinhood, here we go. Here's actually what happened. Laptop Travel will explain it like we're all 2 years old, well, at least to me, because I'm like the second grade reading comprehension over here. That's Robinhood's the prediction markets competing with Polymarket and challenges Webull's event betting. Remember, yeah, I do remember that stuff, but what the heck were they even talking about though? Like, what was that coalition thing that they formed? I have no idea. But yeah, I know. I was actually looking at them last night. You can bet on like the Forex and stuff. I was checking it out. Actually, what was Japan doing today? This is the one I was looking at. It was going down. I would have been dead on the money. It was going down pretty well. Let's see. I'll tell you. I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have won that bet right there. And yeah, I was looking at these things yesterday and looking at all the different bets and stuff. And let's see. JP Morgan and Coinbase announced a landmark collaboration to arrange and purchase the first US commercial paper issuance on a public blockchain, Solana, for Galaxy Digital. All right, there you go. That's what that says, guys. If anyone follows that, and is that this Galaxy that we've been watching, Galaxy Digital, right? That's why it's looking so damn good right there, I'd say. So keep your eye on it. And this says Galaxy Digital reports Q3 income, and JP Morgan issues $50 million in U.S. commercial paper for the company on Solana blockchain with Coinbase and Franklin Templeton as buyers settled in USDC. There you go. All kinds of crazy news in crypto, which just means it's going to get crypto rocking and rolling because all kinds of crazy money's getting ripped in there. That's for sure. And that's what it looks like. And this is JP Morgan's huge move to compete with the other crypto companies, MicroStrategy, and to adopt their own stable coins, the future of everything, basically. So JP Morgan not going down without a fight, Laptop Travel said. So there you go, Jamie Dimon. He's always getting into something there. So that is what's going on in the crypto world and all that good stuff. So all kinds of chaos. It's 7-7 right now, and the Falcons and the Buccaneers are tied up. It's 10:24 left in the second quarter, and the Bucks have the ball. And that's your Thursday night football update. And big banks fought crypto, and now all of them are incorporating them into themselves under their own digital currencies. I know, how interesting is that, laptop travel? They all didn't want it. Now all of a sudden they love it, and they all got to have it, and they all got to be involved in it. And it's like the biggest thing. So quite interesting right there. But there you go. That was Hood. That was Coinbase. Now that we spend time on that, Webull was down a little bit today, as you can see. And then your Virgin Galactic just kind of hanging out here, had run up already. You would think this one with the space theme would run. The name is Space, and Virgin Galactic, SPCE, but it is just hanging out down there. Boeing trying to get moving. That looks pretty good for tomorrow. And here's your DJT dipping down a little bit there today. So keep an eye on that for the dips. And Nike was running up right there. So keep an eye on that one. And then here's your McDonald's pulling back a little bit, but it's just bouncing around. And Disney going up, and look at this thing cruising along right there. Luis Rodriguez, weren't we saying it was looking good? Oxy was down, ExxonMobil was down, and DXYZ just went nuts, guys. And there you go. It's at like almost $40. So there you go with our list. And banks see a paradigm shift to get away from the US dollar under their own currencies. Yeah, you're not kidding for that. And they do not like the US dollar either. And so, yeah, there you go. That's what's going on. We already looked at Tilray and the cannabis company. They are cruising along, as you might get a rescheduling of cannabis. So we're keeping an eye on that. Let's see what else is happening here. Why CBP, it says, right? YCBP. Is that what the heck did I do? YCBP. What is that one? I don't even get that to come up. Am I typing it wrong, or is it wrong? What does it say? YCBP. Yeah, that's not coming up. That might be not sure which one that is. That 8can's running right there. Remember, we were just looking at it. It was on our list last night. As a matter of fact, somebody was talking about this thing, and we had it, and there you go. It's blasting off right there in the after hours, looking pretty damn good. So you can keep an eye on that. Tilray, and then your NCI. We were looking at that Neo. Oh no, NCI. That's another good one we've kept an eye on lately, and that one's cruising along. And that Pets we were talking about, and this LULG is the Lulu one. There you go with that, and that is looking good. This Rhythm one, the other Rhythm, RY. No, wait, what is it? RYTM, right? Isn't there? Wasn't there this one? Yeah, this one right here. Rhythm Pharmaceuticals. That's this one, and that thing is cruising right there. RY. Hold on, let me see. It is running up, RYTM. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, look at that bad boy running along right there. And that FISV, that had been looking pretty good there. That FISFER, or whatever the heck it's called. FISERV. I don't know. But that looks really good to try to continue its way up right there. That looks like it's curling up and could continue to cruise. So keep an eye on that one right there. FISV. And let's see that FEIM. I know we were just looking at this bad boy as well, Frequency Electronics, and that still looks good. So yeah, you're just getting a little rotation and money, and it's moving around the different sectors as we see all the time. To be honest, that energy fuel's looking nice. UMAC we looked at, that one's cruising along right there, and I didn't even type it up. I still can't type it up. What the hell am I typing in? Here we go. UMAC right there. We looked at it, looking good. REGN, that Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, that's cruising up there. Nice momentum for that guy right there. JNUG we looked at, that was cruising. Lockheed Martin we were just talking about, that's flying up. DXYZ is going nutty. Rich Tech Robotics we looked at, and that's popping up. And good old Serve Robotics looks pretty decent as well. And QuantumScape looking great right there, guys. Keep an eye on that one. And your QUBT right there is your quantum computing, and not too bad also. So there you go. Luis Rodriguez, and let's see what else. Good thing you closed your Disney puts. Yeah, that your buy indicator flashed last week? I would say so, because that thing was moving. I was saying it was getting set up. MOH right there is running up. Looks like a pretty good one. Could continue its way up. TONX definitely struggling right there. From an identity crisis, you think, and poor marketing. I'm not sure why, but definitely struggling. That is for sure. NCLH. Let me see what that is. NCLH. Norwegian Cruise Line. Oh, look at that bad boy cruising along right there. So yeah, that one could be a good one. And that is busting along right there. It was a great pick for January effect. And let's see. Lulu, we were talking about that, and the CEO is leaving there, and it went up like crazy today. So everyone was excited, I guess. The CEO is leaving, and we were talking about the cannabis sector right there, deleted, and all that good stuff. And let's see what else is happening. And we looked at that UGRO, XXI, and XHLD looking good, Utah Uties. And let's see what else is going on over here on that B hat. Laptop Travel said keep an eye on that one for tomorrow right there. And Road right here is running up. And let's see, that Road looks like it's going to continue to go. So not looking bad. What is that one? Road Construction Partners right there. Interesting. And Carnival Cruise is probably running CCL. And if Norwegian's running, that one's got to be DXCM is Dexcom. That one's cruising along. And of course, Sezzle's going to be a good one right there, guys. So definitely keep an eye on that. And there's your Toyota Motor running up. I mean, we just looked at that the other day and said it looked pretty good. Then we accidentally clicked on it, and it was looking pretty good right there. And UHG right there is that United Homes. That is looking pretty good. And we were looking at that UHG and UNG, and both of them are kind of looking good, to be honest. That UNG will have to dip a little bit more for the natural gas, but not looking too bad. And Plug was looking pretty good, that's for sure. So definitely plugging along right there, slowly but surely, but looks pretty good. And Oracle reignited the fears of an AI bubble, causing investors to rotate money out of major tech stocks like Apple, Nvidia, and Alphabet, and into safer blue chip sectors, that's for sure. And we were talking about the Apple news, and Laptop Travel was explaining that to me like I was 2 years old. And then the next door was making noise, and the last 2 days, and oh wow, you bought 1,000 shares at 294. That works right there. And that dude is pumping it up, whatever his name is. So there you go with that. And yeah, let's see if it can get cruising next door. And let's see that big bear right there. And we were looking at that one, Eric Jackson pump, and that is what that dude's name is, Eric Jackson. And Costco was had earnings. What the heck did they do? COST. We were looking at it. I totally forget. It was pulling back. That's right. It went up today, and then it did pull back for earnings right there. So that was Costco. That one actually didn't even look too bad going in the earnings. So now you see why I don't do it. Play earnings. It's so hard. AVGO right here again went down, and I'm not Laptop Travel was trying to backlog points to internal efficiencies and rising costs impacting profit margins. Get that stuff moving. I agree. I mean, how do you have 6 quarters of backlog? I mean, guys, that's absurd. I mean, that's not going. Oh yeah, we just have some like big orders we haven't been able to get out, and we'll have them out next quarter with no problem. They're like, yeah, we're going to take 6 quarters to get this caught up. You're talking like a year and a half, guys. I mean, that's absurd. What are they doing over there? So that's not a good look. That's for sure for AVGO. So that's why that definitely pulled back right there. And RH right here, I'm not even sure what RH is. It just says RH, and it is up in the after hours as well. They had earnings right there. And NX, I have no idea what that is. Quanix Building Products. And that is cruising along as well in the after hours. Look at it way up there. So not familiar with either of them, to be honest. That doesn't look bad. And what is MITK doing right here? Hold on. MITK, and that's cruising along. So yeah, all three of them cruising right there. MELI, let's see what that's doing. That's looking pretty good to roll. It could get rolling off there. That's for sure for Melly, MELI. MELI. Mercado Libre. There you go. Mercado Libre. and it's an internet one. Doesn't that sound like it'd be in Mexico? It's a USA company. I thought for sure that was like a Spanish company. Mercado Libre. It's something book. What's Mercado mean? I don't know, but in Libre, I don't know. I can't even think of anything. My brain is so done for how do I just sit here and just babble out stock stuff, and it's the only thing I can pay attention to. Libro, isn't it? What the hell is a book now? I can't even think of it. Libra, right? Something like that. What the hell? I don't even know, guys. Holy cow. My brain is definitely toast. I need to remember things sometimes. I can't remember anything anymore. It's so crazy. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, back in 2017, Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud, and now all of a sudden JP Morgan's into it. So, and in 2021, Dimon said Bitcoin was worthless, and in 2024, he labeled it a pet rock, and claimed it was only used. Its only true uses cases were sex trafficking, tax avoidance, and terrorism financings, and there you go. So YCBD you were talking about, huh? YCBD, and that is CBD one. Yeah, I know this thing. And that thing's popped up probably on the cannabis news right there. So, yep, there you go. Scheduled. There you go with the news. So, yep, there you go. Trump expressed the intent to reclassify marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. So, there you go. We've been talking about that. That's why all these cannabis ones have been popping up. That's for sure. And let me see what else is going on right here. Overnight watch list been posted in the Discord for you guys. I'll do my night note. Clients would dump on you in a second if you had any type of significant, unusual backlog. I know that's crazy. Six quarters, guys. I mean, that's pretty wild. Translation: free market. I mean, holy cow, 6 quarters of backlog. Definitely not a good look. So maybe these aren't going to go up there tomorrow. So you may see some more pullback with some of these guys, and like your Nvidia and stuff like that might not be a good look. After that AVGO came out and said they got 6 months of backlog. That's pretty wild, guys. I'm not going to lie. And 6 quarters, I mean, what I say, 6 months? No, 6 quarters. They wish it was 6 months. It's 6 quarters of backlog. That's crazy. Year and a half. So that's pretty wild right there, I must say. And that is not a good look. I can't say that it is, Laptop Travel and everybody else. But guess what? That's what the market looks like tonight. And that's what we're going into on tomorrow on a Friday. So that's what the market looks like. Oracle was still down, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the market there if it can get moving. Look at that SMX still trying to run up there. It's still in the 200s. Holy cow. How's that even possible right there? Holy cow, there's Michael Anthony. Did CBRL make a profit? And why is play going up? Futures are flat right now, Luis Rodriguez said, Michael Anthony. We're about to hop off. Did CBRL make a profit? Did they have their earnings? That's the question. They did. I think they missed everything. I have no idea. Let's see, Michael Anthony. EPS surprise was up like 6.9%. And then the EPS gap right here was down 80%. And then their revenues minus 3.12 million. And that's never a good look in the restaurant industry. So I would say they're pretty screwed right there. And Dave and Buster's is going up, aren't they? PLAY, Dave and Buster's. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure why that one's going up, Michael Anthony. Not looking bad. Why the 20 and the 50 are meeting up right there. So there you go with that. Futures are flat. Who are AVGO's top competitors? Something traders should look at. That's for sure. Is it SMCI? I'm not even sure. AVGO, they are a semiconductor. SMCI, they are computer hardware. Semiconductors like Nvidia, they're obviously a semiconductor, and they're probably aren't they their top competitor? Maybe I don't know. Is anybody Nvidia's really competitor? I'm not even really sure, but you could be right about that. Maybe the other ones do pop up tomorrow. Laptop Travel. Maybe that's why that Nvidia has that weird look, and maybe I'm on to something. I have no idea. We'll find out in the morning. That's for sure. SMCI. We'll see what these guys all want to do tomorrow. And there you go, Michael Anthony. How was the Kramer show? We're going to hop off since we are getting 2 weeks until Christmas there, Michael Anthony. How crazy is that? And so, yeah, holiday season coming up. Always a ton of things to do. So we'll just cut short and run through our list and see what's going on. I'd say we look at an entirely huge list, bigger than probably any other show ever even tried to ever cover on a market day. I mean, look at this list, guys. Is that not insane right there? Look at that list. I mean, can you guys even see that? That's what we just covered. So if those of you that don't know what we're looking at, that list I post the next in stock twits every night, so you guys can follow along on there and definitely get it. And then I make my notes right here. Look at them notes, guys, and then I'll go through and obviously make the night note and tell you guys what looks best and what's getting set up and all that good stuff right there. So there you go with that. And pizza right here is Papa John's. It is way down. Remember, they had that potential buyout and then it fell through, so it dipped down, looking a little better there. And AVGO's competitors are NVIDIA, TSM, AMD, Intel, Marvel right there. That one was, I forget, what were they doing today? Down. That's right. It was down. I couldn't remember. MU, Qualcomm, Cisco right there. What are they up to? We should look at Cisco. Isn't that CSCO? Yeah. Um, Getting tired, huh? I guess so. It's a long week, and I got actually. Guess what? Me and Luis Rodriguez are gonna go to New York together on Saturday night. So I'm gonna pick Luis Rodriguez up. We're gonna hang out and meet for the first time actually in person, and then go out, grab something to eat, and then we're gonna go out and meet Ben, Rhett, and the rest of the crew. Yosef and Joseph Levy and whoever else is joining us out there. So yeah, if you're in the Discord and you RSVP'd for Saturday night and you're coming to hang out in New York City, we'll see you there. We'll definitely FaceTime Laptop Travel while we're there, so everybody can say hello to Laptop Travel. So I'll definitely FaceTime you and let you know. We're gonna be meeting around like 9:30 Laptop Travel. So I would say make it around like 10:30 ish. We'll FaceTime you, and everybody can say hello after everyone has a few drinks in them and all that good stuff. So there you go. So I'll talk to you and let you guys know. But yeah, so going to New York Saturday evening, that's for sure. So that's going to be a nice long day. And let's see what else is going on. Need to transform your list into a prediction market place in 2026. I agree right there, Luis Rodriguez. We're talking about that. Possibly making my picks and everything like a prediction market. That would be pretty wild, would it not? But I mean, look at the stuff that we do on this show. It's pretty crazy. And AIP right there, that one's been ripping like a maniac. So there you go with that. Synopsis is what are they? They're an infrastructure one. That one was ripping up yesterday or the other day off of their earnings. And ANET right here. I'm not Arista Network. So they're also a competitor of AVGO. So there you go. Set your alarm. There you go. So yeah, you set your alarm, and then you shoot me a text. Set your alarm, shoot me a text that you're up, and then I'll FaceTime you, and then everybody can say hello, and that'll be pretty cool, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun night on Saturday night in New York City. It's probably going to be freezing cold, I know that, but it's all good. We'll dress warm and we'll brave the cold and go in New York and have a good time and check out some cool things and see everybody, meet Ben and Rhett, like I said, for the first time. They're meeting each other for the first time. They've been working together for 2 years. So pretty interesting, huh? You meet people online, you do shows. And like I was saying earlier, before you would talk to people, you didn't really have the video, you know, communication where you just got to see everybody, but now you get to see pretty much anybody and you can see what people look like and all that good stuff, but it's still not like meeting somebody in person, I guess. So there you go. There's that A gate. Remember we were looking at that yesterday. It took that big old dip right there. And Velo, holy cow, guys. Who's in the Discord? You guys hear this morning. I tried to buy this. It was at 9 something. It was at 980 something. Right now it's at 13 something. So it was at 980 something. I'm trying to buy options on it in Webull. It's not letting me. It's telling me that the spread it's at like $5. I'm like, no, it's at 980, but whatever. I'll buy it at market price. I don't care. It's only going to be around 9 something, so 980 something, even if it bumps up a little bit or whatever. So, and I'm trying to buy it, and this crazy message is coming up that like it's not letting me buy it because I traded plenty of other things today other than that, and it would not let me buy it. And there you go. Look at that thing run up there today. And I told you, we were talking about it. It was under $10. I know that. So yeah, that it just didn't and that's things that happen to you in the market. I mean, sometimes these you make errors, or you have weird things like that happen to you where you just can't even buy the thing like I could, and then you see it blast off and go up like 50% or something ridiculous. What's it even say? Does that say 58%? Oh no, that wasn't that one. Hold on. I was gonna say I don't think it went up that much. Yeah, it says like 50 some percent. Yeah, it probably did actually. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the thing went nuts today, and it wouldn't let me buy it. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't. So anyway, that's what happened today, and that's called life. And there you go, everybody. So that's what's going on. And yeah, the city is beautiful at this time of the year in Christmas time in New York City. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't get to see it too often, so it'll be a pretty fun time. And we'll have a great time. Ethereum's up and crypto's looking pretty good going into our evening right here. There you go. Bitcoin's still at 92.3, so that's a good look. And Solana is ripping there. I mean, that one just started taking off. It's up almost 5%. So that's definitely good right there. 6 quarters. Is that what? Yeah, they were saying they got to get that fixed in 6 quarters. That's pretty wild right there. That's AVGO. They have a 6 quarter backlog. Is that what they're really? That's what they're saying, right? Um, Shipped over 6 quarters. Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. So they have a crazy backlog here. And CEO reveals $73 billion AI backlog to be shipped over 6 quarters and warns of margin pressure. Well, no shit. 6 quarters is like a year and a half. I mean, that's insane. What the hell? So basically, what are the books actually telling you? Like, did they factor in all these sales already and they're now shipping them out? So are they going like that's what I can't figure out because 6 quarters is insane. I mean, like I said, if you're going to be like a half a year, because again, I mean, it's hard to get some of these metal like the minerals or whatever the materials and things of that nature, and there's a lot of orders. Okay, I get it. You're going to be a quarter or two in a backlog and you're going to get them out. You have plans to do it. You guys know how you're going to efficiently do it, and you're going to actually know how to build off of that so that that backlog doesn't happen in the future, because you plan on having them type of sales and then actually doubling that, so now you're getting prepared for it. They got 6 quarters of backlog. That's insane. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, Laptop Travel, and I'm not sure what the numbers are really like or what the chart's really supposed to look like, because that's a big craziness right there. So remember, this thing's been pumping up and running up like crazy. You could see a big old dip coming down here into like the 330s now. So where's that? 388 right there. We'll see tomorrow, because that's pretty wild. We'll have to see what that reaction looks like in the morning. And we'll see how it affects the actual market too. And you asked about what the hell is it called? CBRL. What are they called? Cracker Barrel. Couldn't think of it there. And that does have upside or not. Honestly, Michael Anthony, I don't really see a whole lot of upside right here. I'm not gonna lie. Not yet. It's in this channel. Let me see what it looks like tomorrow there. I just don't feel like it's ready just yet. I think it could be coming down. So it could be a little bit weird. Broadcom revealed its mystery $10 billion customer is Anthropic. So that's interesting right there. DLO had an upgrade to $16. There you go. Michael Anthony was popping bottles of champagne. So yeah, CBRL, we'll keep an eye on it, Michael Anthony. I wouldn't get it tomorrow. Let's put it that way, being a Friday. So we'll definitely keep you posted on what we think. And Michael Anthony was popping some champagne today. We got our $16 raise for DLO. So there you go. What's the other one you like? I meant to write it down. What the heck is it? Like AEON? I forget what the heck it is. What the heck is that? It's not this one. Nah, it's not that. What the hell is that other one, Michael Anthony? I can't even picture it or think of it at all. And PZZA likes to see ABEO. There you go. That was it. And so there you go with ABEO. Hey, let me write that down over here. ABEO. Got to keep an eye on that for you, Michael Anthony, right there. And of course, what's the other one we were just looking at that you like? DLO. and we'll keep an eye on that for you there. So there you go. ABEO announced the first commercial patient treatment with FDA approved Zeviskin. Dude, I can't read all that. A first of its kind. Did you copy and paste that? Because it looks like you wrote it way too well, and then you can see it has like the hyphens in it. You definitely didn't write this. Autologous, you didn't use that word. Gene therapy for treating wounds in adult and pediatrics. So awesome, Michael Anthony. There you go. And he definitely copied it. But I was gonna say that's the most like coherent sentence you ever wrote. But as soon as I saw autologous or whatever the hell, autologous gene, whatever that word is right there, I knew for right then and there that you did not write that sentence. I mean, the fact that you wrote Zeviskin too, and then Pratamagene and all the other crazy words. But yeah, copied and paste. He said, I figured that one, Michael Anthony. I was kind of impressed, but yeah, there you go. We'll copy it. I copy and paste all your responses actually, just to I play like Jeopardy at night, and then I copy and paste everything that you say. So ABEO and DLO, they're usually my responses for like every answer for everything. So I'm just kidding. DLO right here. Let's see. That's not too bad. That's the one that had a $16 upgrade, and then ABEO is the other one, and that's not too bad right there. They're slowly cruising up. That's not too bad right there. And the video recently reported 18 to 24 months through early 2027 backlog. So maybe it's not so unusual. Wow, really? That's freaking crazy, laptop travel. I guess maybe it's not so crazy. I can't imagine. That just sounds bizarre to me that you have a backlog of that much. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's over a year and a half, 2 years now. I mean, that is wild. That's what's weird about that, is because like, what do the numbers really represent? Are they putting down? And again, I don't even care about numbers at all, Michael Anthony. They don't usually phase me, but it's just interesting because like, are the numbers that they're like writing down, and then they still got to put all this product out, or is it like things that they're factoring and they're adding like, oh, we're gonna send these out, so now that's put onto this sheet. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but I guess it'll be they just have so many orders, I guess, that they just can't even meet with the demand, and they got that much backlog. I don't know. It sounds pretty crazy. But Alex, I'll take the Kramerisms for 2,000 right there. That's for sure. And Michael Anthony, what do you think of SMX? Laptop Travel wants to know. Look at this thing back up again today. This thing looks like it's crawling up. It actually looks like it wants to run again, to be completely honest with you. So that thing's pretty wild right there, SMX. Whoa, that dude just got slammed. Oh, I think they're showing replays or something. Yeah, dude somebody just got hit pretty good. It's 10-7 right now. The Buccaneers over the Falcons, and there's 50 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Falcons are trying to rush down the field to score. They're on about the 20-yard line. I think they're inside the red zone, and that should be a touchdown right there. It certainly is. That's a touchdown for the Falcons, so there you go with that, and I'll keep you posted for the rest of it. So, Michael Anthony, what do you think about SMX right here and CETX? You were saying this one ran up recently and is pulling back right there. They did an offering at $3, did they? Really? There you go. Registered direct offering, so you can expect that to pull back. And let us know what you think of SMX there. NVIDIA has about 50 billion transistors in a single one of their new AI chip. So it's not like making a P&B, PB and J sandwich. Yeah, I guess not, huh? That's pretty what, 50 billion transistors? What does that even mean? That sounds insane and ridiculous, laptop travel. Holy cow. What the heck is going on? 50 billion in one single chip? My goodness. No way you wouldn't touch SMX, huh? So there you go. Michael Anthony isn't touching SMX laptop travel. So there's your answer from Michael Anthony right there. So there you go, everybody. Let's see if we missed anything. I don't even know if I looked at the news or anything else, but let me see what's going on. Hold on. Asian stocks jumped after global gauge hits new peak, and Asian stocks cautiously higher as tech sector rattled by Oracle. And the U.S. stock futures mixed after record-setting day on Wall Street. Dow futures are higher after notching fresh records, and then the Dow and S&P and at records as investors feel good about the economy and beyond the AI boom and everything else that's going on. And no way that Michael Anthony's touching SMX. And there you go, everybody. So that is what we're looking at for going into tomorrow. I'd say it's a pretty fun market review and a good show right there. Let me take a look at StockTwits and see what's going on over there. Besides Tilray and the cannabis stock and AVGO down, Rivian down, QuantumScape is up. That was looking good. That MIGI was running, Lulu's up, and that's about all that's going on right there. So I would say it looks like the market, we went over everything and we saw mostly all the things that are going to be going on. And Geo, oh, that's Groposh. Let's look at this one. And this is that Geo group right here. That's like a prison company. That looks pretty good too. So you can continue to look at Geo right there because that's looking pretty nice right there. And that is what it looks like. So yeah, all the cannabis stocks are way up. And that is what's happening this evening. So, we'll be back on. I'm just seeing if I missed anything or anybody wanted to see anything else. And that we'll be back on at 7 a.m. to see what the market looks like and see what the reactions are. And let me see, ALAR earning been down, but look, oversold. That could pop to $10. And NVIDIA has 208 billion transistors total per chip. Oh, wow. You said 50, and I thought that was a lot, but you're correcting yourself, and it's actually 208. So that's pretty wild, guys. Who the hell knew it was that involved? And ALAR right here. Wow, that's way down there, Michael Anthony. You're not kidding. Yeah, that could jump up to $10 with no problem right there. So, yeah, I'd keep an eye on it. Not looking too bad right there. And let's see. That is about it right there. So we'll wrap it up with that. And we will be on at 7 a.m. for our pre-market show that we do every Monday through Friday. And, of course, we do our night show, this show at 8 p.m. Sunday night through Thursday night. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out and tuning in and posting things like Michael Anthony. I was just seeing what he was writing. He said there's one more stock like Geo, and you think it starts with a C. It's like a prison one, you're saying? Because Geo is like a prison one. I know that, or something like security and protection. There's not a whole lot on here, so let's see. Is it this one, CIGL or CIX or CXW? Which one do you like? Which one? HLF. Well, that doesn't start with a C. And that one I don't even see over here, so I'm not sure, Michael Anthony, but there you go. HLF, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Herbalife. Oh, here, Herbalife. Look at that thing flying up. That's crazy. CXW, that's the one that you were talking about, huh? CXW. Now we got to look at it, guys. Core Civic. Oh, yeah, this one is another prison one. That does look pretty good. Yeah, I'd say CXW and Geo right there, both good calls. And ALAR right there. I'd say that's a good call too, Michael Anthony. That thing's curling up and looking beautiful. I think that one will get cruising. It is beat down and looks nice. So keep that on your watch list for tomorrow. And that is ALAR. So thank you, Michael Anthony and Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez and everybody else tuning in, like Janikin, Doge Mama 9 and Utah Uties and Deleted. And of course, Robin and Joseph Levy, and who else? Asian Jolie. And if anybody I left out, I appreciate it. I apologize, but I appreciate all of you guys hanging out, of course, and tuning in and contributing as well. An MDT right here, Medtronic, something like that. That looks like it's pulling back at the moment right there. So there you go. And that's exactly what he's talking about, CXW, Core Civic. So that is what the market looks like. I'll leave you with that. You guys can go watch the rest of the game. There's 21 seconds left. The Falcons are up now 14-10 over the Bucks. And the Bucks are trying to drive down this field and score real quick. And actually, they may get a good shot at it because he just threw the ball. Now and he got out of bounds with 13 seconds left down at the 30-yard line. They could easily kick a field goal if they wanted to. So looks like the Bucks will score too. So there you go. Go enjoy the rest of that game and do some do some Christmas stuff or whatever else you got to get done. 2 weeks until Christmas there, Michael Anthony. How crazy is that? So there you go, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bitcoin's still at 92K, and we'll be on early in the morning to see what's going on. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff, and hit the like button on your way out. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. So enjoy the rest of your night, everybody, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the morning.